Hi, this is Zak Mir with the crypto review for Sunday, the 2nd of February. Starting off with Chainlink, and here you can see that, like many of the other cryptos we're going to be looking at, it's a bit of a soft look to the market. We've got a line of resistance there from the beginning of December, falling 50-day line, which we've fallen below around the $23 area, and looking for the floor of the rising trend channel there from back in July, around $20.50 as an initial target. Worst case is we've got to retest the initial 2025 support just below $18, but really looking for that end of day close through $25.20 to give us a move up to 35. Maybe that's the easiest thing to wait for, a break of that December resistance line. Moving on to Ethereum, and here the picture also rather soft. We failed at and below the falling 50-day line there at 3377 on several occasions over the last month or so. We've got support there, the initial 2025 support there around 2930. Below that, there's the risk of a full-blooded pullback down towards the 2450 level and the floor of that rising trend channel from the end of 2023. Hopefully we'll have support towards or just below the $3,000 level, but can't rule out a full-blooded breakdown while we're below the 50-day line, 3177. In fact, the earliest long signal here would be an end-of-day close back above the 50-day line. Moving on to Dogecoin, which has had of late a decent move, but again, even here, peaking out with the lower high there and a resistance line there from back at the beginning of last month. We're already on the floor of the rising trend channel there, so around 28 cents. We've got the risk of a move down to the old spring 2024 support there at 22 cents, even if we then push back higher again. There is buy signal again, as it was the case in the previous market, 34 cents, or an end of day close above the 50-day line. Otherwise, it's easier perhaps just to wait for a break of 40 cents and that December line. Moving on to a rather less famous situation, which is Jito, and here you can see that we're also coming up against resistance. We've got neckline resistance there at $3.50. Below that, got the chance of a move to the floor of the rising trend channel there from last summer, or at least June last year, at $2.50. Even if we then break back higher again. Once again, we need to break that December resistance line there towards $3.50 in this case to give us a new move to the upside and $4.50, perhaps by the end of next month. On to another less famous situation, Jasmy, and here you can see that got a falling trend channel, a proper one there, a bull trap through the old June resistance around the 4.5 cents level, and at the moment, while we're below the 50-day line, looking for a move down to the 2 cent zone and the floor of that channel there from December, perhaps by the end of this month. Moving along to Jupiter, and here the picture reflecting what we're seeing in other markets, so getting stuck with quite sort of obvious selling, in this case through $1.30. While we're below that area, then we've got the risk of a test of the main support here towards 65 cents. The trigger here could be an end-of-day close back below the 50-day line at 90 cents. So 90 cents a key area at the moment for this particular market. Moving along to perhaps slightly happier situation with the Kucoin, and here the situation is that we're looking for potential a potential rebound after the this market hit the top of that channel there from back in July. Hopefully we'll bounce above the $12 level, or if we really have to go down that low, down to the 50-day moving average, $11.50, and the floor of that rising trend channel in that area. While we're above the 50-day line, still got the chance of $15, perhaps by the end of this month. On to a market which is normally of interest to anyone who looks at the situation on the crypto front, and here it's Monero, a nice rising trend channel here from back in September. Floor of the channel there around the $213 level. I suppose you've got to factor in that we might have to hit or test the 50-day line at $206, and at least above that area of support, notional area of support, looking for $270 as a best case scenario target by the end of next month. But the key here It's holding that 50-day line. Moving along to a situation which maybe not so many people are familiar with, which is Mantra. And here the picture, probably one of the best of the charts here, rising trend channel there from November, top of the channel there heading for $7. And we're still looking for that while we remain above the November, December resistance area, just shy of $4.50. Worst case is we've got to test the floor of the channel on the 50-day line at $4, but looks as though with that sideways step progression that we've had, that $4 will hopefully be the support area for that market. Moving along to Ripple, which is obviously a much followed situation here. We've got the risk of breaking down below the floor of that rising trend channel there from September. The obvious destination here would be the 50-day line at $2.60. And at least while we're above that, then we've got the hope of $4 plus by the end of next month. If you're cautious, you probably want to see a break of 320, which is recent neckline resistance, as a momentum signal. Worst case is we're down below $2, and then we head up higher after testing November, December resistance. Last one of the day is coming up with in the form of Stellar, and here the picture, I suppose, reflecting what we're seeing in other markets, consolidation, and trying to hold on to the best levels. We've got a triangle in place here, so that's one that's been in place post-November. Looking to break the top of the triangle there at around 45 cents. Otherwise, we may have to test the recent support there towards 30 cents by the end of this month. That's it for me today. More updates over the next week.